I think that everyone will find this talk pretty general. We're not going to be talking about school situations, but this is personal wellness. This is about how we all can live our lives in a more content, less contentious manner. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I want to start with something called the Jack Story. Now, I don't know, I didn't ask, how many of you have seen this talk before? Okay, good, only one person. That's great, so you don't know this story. All right, the Jack Story is actually about a man by the name of Ted. And Ted is a traveling salesman, and he is starting out from his house one fine autumn day like today. And Jack has a route in the middle of the state. And he's got an appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning. The place is about 50 miles away. He gets started about 8:30 in the morning. And he's driving down one of the country roads, feeling pretty good, listening to radio. And all of a sudden, he starts to feel the wheel vibrate. And he says, oh my God, please, don't let me have a flat tire. Just today, of all days, I don't want to have a flat tire. Well, of course, he has to stop the car ultimately because the shaking gets too bad, and he goes outside, and there he has a flat tire. And he looks and he says, oh my God, the tire's flat. Of all days for the tire to go flat, it has to happen today. I got an appointment at 10 a.m. If I don't make that appointment, I'm going to lose this account. They're not going to care that I have a flat tire. These SOBs never care whether you have a flat tire. They don't want to hear anything. Okay? It's always dumped on the poor salesman. Oh, God, what am I going to do? Well, I guess I got to change the tire. So he, mumbling more, he opens up the trunk, and he takes, 15 boxes out of the trunk to get to the wheel well where the spare is located, and he takes the tire out, and there's no jack. And he says, where's the jack? What happened to the jack? How can there not be a jack in the car? And then he remembers that about a month before, his wife was driving the car, and she had a flat tire. And he says, oh, God, she had a flat tire. She told me somebody stopped and helped her. I'll bet you that they didn't put the jack back into the car. Oh, God, but maybe that guy stole the jack. That's what happened. The guy stole the jack. That's what's wrong with America today. You can't trust anybody. Now what am I going to do? There's no jack. I'm going to be late. Oh, my sales figures this month. If I don't make the sale, I'm probably going to be out of the job. Well, he rants and raves for a few more minutes, and he figures, well, I better call AAA. Right? So he goes into his car, and he picks up his cell phone to call AAA, and the battery's dead. He says, the battery's dead? Oh, God, I'll bet you I forgot to plug it in yesterday. What else could happen today? I am cursed. What's going on? Okay. I have a charger. It's in the glove compartment. I'll charge the phone. I think you could predict what's going to happen next. Right? So he goes in the car. He opens up the glove compartment. There's no charger. How can there not be a charger? My charger is always in the glove compartment. What happened to the charger? How can there not be a charger? And he thinks to himself, I know what happened. I lent my son the charger. My son said to me, Dad, I can't find my charger. It's the same phone. Lend me your charger. I promise I'll put it right back. That kid, he never does anything that he says he's going to do. He's irresponsible. This is his mother's fault. First she didn't put the jack in the car. Then she taught our son to be irresponsible. What the heck is wrong with this generation? That's what's wrong with America today. Okay, kids have no responsibility. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, he finally figures out that he had passed a gas station about a mile down the road. He says, all right, I'm going to go to the gas station. and see, maybe they'll lend me a jack, and I'll come back and I'll fix the car. So he starts walking. Oh, what a terrible day. I can't believe this happened to me. This is the worst thing that I could imagine happening to me. And then he starts to think, and he says, they're not going to lend me the jack. These places never lend tools. They got signs up that says, we don't lend tools. I'll offer them my watch as collateral. They'll say, no, we don't lend tools. It won't matter what I do, they're not going to lend me the tool. You know why? Because they want to charge me $150 to go 1 mile to fix my tire. That's what's wrong with America today. Okay? Nobody trusts anybody else. No, they couldn't let me take the jack and just go up a mile. It won't cost me $150. No. And he keeps talking to himself and building himself up. He gets angrier and angrier, and finally he gets to the shop, and the man says, good morning, how can I help you? And he says, you know what? Screw you and your jack. This is an example. This is an example of the kind of things that we do to ourselves in order to make ourselves miserable. Jack wasn't going to have it. Ted wasn't going to have a good day. He got a flat tire. But of course, what he did was he made it significantly worse for himself, all the way through. And so what tonight's lecture is about is how not to do that. And basically, the essence of cognitive behavioral psychology, which is the dominant paradigm for psychology today, in my opinion, is based on an old vaudeville joke told by Henny Youngman. Now, some of you were old enough to know who Henny Youngman was, and you don't have to raise your hands, I can see. Okay, but some of you don't know who Henny Youngman was. Well, he was what they called the king of the one-liners. But Henny Youngman had a one-liner joke, and he said, guy goes into the doctor and says, Doc, it hurts when I go like this. The doc says, don't go like that. That's cognitive behavioral therapy. If it hurts when you go like that, don't go like that. Now that is the essence of the talk, and you can all leave. People spend tens of thousands of dollars to figure out if it hurts like that, don't go like that. All right, but you're fortunate because this is a free talk. And I'm going to hopefully show you how not to go like that within the next hour and 3/4.